All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for a video on cryptocurrency every day. My name's Austin, and with Google's legitimization of Bitcoin, which just happened, we are now one step closer to mass adoption. It's a small step, but make no mistake about it, this is a positive step forward, and it just happened with their most recent update. Google now enables the Bitcoin symbol on keyboards for iOS mobile devices, suggesting that the IT giant recognizes Bitcoin as a mainstream currency. This is a screenshot of what you have access to if you have an iOS device and if you're using the Google keyboard. Not sure when the Android update is coming. I'm hoping soon. But if you'll notice, the Bitcoin symbol is now listed in equal standing next to the other major currency symbols of the world, like the euro, the dollar, the yen, and now all the way to the left, Bitcoin. It's a small victory, but it's things like this that are going to expose the Bitcoin symbol to the masses, and then by extension, cryptocurrency to the masses. To use it, to access it, make sure you're using the Google keyboard and not just the default Apple one, and then hold down the dollar symbol and see a pop-up of several of the world's major currency symbols. Bitcoin's on the left. I have an Android, so if you have an iOS device, let me know if this is real. Let me know if you're using it today, if you're sending the Bitcoin symbol to your mom, to your girlfriend. Let me know in the comments. Actually, Google's decision to incorporate the cryptocurrency symbol into its keyboard might be Google's second step towards considering Bitcoin a mainstream currency. Do you remember this? A few months ago, in September of last year, the tech giant lifted their ban that it had imposed 4 months earlier on cryptocurrency advertising. This was the first step. This is the second step. What do you think the next step for Google will be? Let me throw a quote at you before we go on to the next news story. Adoption will happen gradually right in front of you until you pause, look around, and Bitcoin is the dominant asset. Who said that? Moving on. Why Nasdaq's Bitcoin index is a bigger deal than most people think. This is happening next week, team. I want to clue you in. And we know, we've talked about Nasdaq's Bitcoin index, but this cryptocurrency analyst lists a pretty significant reason why it's a bigger deal than most people realize. Check this out. According to a cryptocurrency analyst, Alex Z, the introduction of the crypto indices, which is the plural for index, the introduction to the crypto indices of Nasdaq, which are Bitcoin and Ethereum, could lead to the approval of a wide range of investment vehicles in the long term. The analyst said, Nasdaq to add a Bitcoin index on its platform. They are reading the writing on the wall and they don't want to get left behind. There's no stopping this. Here's that quote. Adoption happens gradually right in front of you until you finally pause, look around, and Bitcoin is the dominant asset. We're seeing it on large scale with Nasdaq, in small scale with Google, even though I might argue that is also large scale. And with the Nasdaq, this is big news. The launch of the Nasdaq crypto indices, which are Bitcoin and Ethereum, could lead to regulatory approval for crypto-based derivatives in the market. And as a direct initial effect, could mean more interest from institutional traders. This is going live in less than a week. Mark your advent calendars. And we knew this. We knew this was a big deal, but what this gentleman goes into, he lists the reasons why that this might be bigger than people are talking about. And it has to do with what he just said here. The initial effect could mean more for regulatory approval and institutions. As we know, the SEC named the pricing of Bitcoin as its main concern for regulatory approval last year. The commission claimed that the risk of price manipulation exists on cryptocurrency exchanges, and that huge manipulation and volatility, it was a problem for the SEC. The SEC explicitly stated, you can read it right here, that even small trades can sway the price of Bitcoin on exchanges, and due to the presence of overseas markets, it's virtually impossible to audit all BTC transactions. That's true. How's Nasdaq going to be a game changer in all this? The indices of Nasdaq are not concentrated in a small group of exchanges. So they're not in a small group of exchanges or over-the-counter exchanges. Rather, the indices take into consideration all platforms processing cryptocurrency trades and finding a reliable spot price. BLX and ELX, which is Bitcoin Liquid Exchange and Ethereum Liquid Exchange, could serve as the base price of Bitcoin and Ethereum for regulated investment vehicles in the long term. So they're saying that Nasdaq could add a little more stability in the pricing, since from what this analyst is saying, the Nasdaq pricing is going to draw from all pools around the world. I'm not really sure how they would draw from over-the-counter exchanges, but they're saying based on the track record of Nasdaq in the financial sector, analysts expect Nasdaq indices to operate as the main source of crypto pricing throughout the years to come, opening the doors to various investment tools. Happening in less than a week. Mark your calendars. I have 3 more updates for you. Vechain update, NEO update, and stick around to the end of the video. We're going to do a Twitter Elon Musk update. You do not want to miss it. Also, if you've gotten any value from today's video, feel free to give it a like. It really does just help me grow as a channel. Every like helps. Big Vechain update. Enterprises can now deploy Vechain Thor VET dApps with one click through Amazon Web Services, AWS. So Vechain is partnered with Amazon Web Services, which is a big deal because it gives all the clientele that use Amazon Web Services access to experimenting with the platforms and companies that Amazon has on AWS. And now enterprises and businesses can deploy Vechain dApps with one click. We've seen this before. Amazon, this is a big deal, but Amazon does have a lot of companies that use this. And we've seen it with cryptocurrencies before. We've seen it with Quantum, partnering with Amazon Web Services to provide service to businesses. A similar deal was struck between Icon and SK Holdings to offer blockchain as a service to banks, insurance companies, and broker-dealers. And now we're seeing with Vechain's VET's blockchain as a service. So we've seen this before with Vechain actually. VET's blockchain as a service was initially launched in 2016 on AWS. So this is a partnership we've known about. And back then we knew that they offered to all these businesses and enterprises that use AWS that are on this platform. They offer a comprehensive blockchain solution that includes blockchain encryption, identity verification technology, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and traditional enterprises IT services. These are all things that Vechain offers that businesses were able to experiment with back in 2016 on AWS. So what's the update? Why is this news today? Well, with this one-click solution, this is the update. With this one-click solution, Vechain's blockchain as a service solution will use AWS CloudFormation to enable their customers to deploy in one click, eliminating the cumbersome manual development associated with the emerging industry. So it's lessening another barrier to entry, making it just one click away if you have a business and you want to start using Vechain dApps. Pretty bullish news. Let's keep going. NEO's Nash launches on March 31st. Should Binance be worried? So this is updates that have been coming out in the last few days from the NEO DevCon in Seattle. And NEO's decentralized exchange, Nash, is about to launch. The launch date of Nash, a decentralized exchange built on NEO, was announced by co-founder of Nash at NEO DevCon. And with this exchange, decentralized exchange, developers have attempted to create the same convenient user experience that one would find at a centralized exchange, however, with none of the honeypot risks that we've just seen with Quadradic's crypto exchange in Canada and countless other exchanges that have been hacked, that have multiple or single points of failure. They're solving that with the decentralized exchange. And I just want to put this out there. This is another option besides Binance. A lot of people are saying that this is going to be a big heavy hitter competitor to Binance. As soon as this loads, I just want to show you. This will launch on March 31st, I believe what I said, but it's another option. How is it different than Binance decentralized exchange? I'm still doing research, but I like this Reddit post somebody posted yesterday. I'll leave it in the description below. And he just goes through the list of all the features that Nash is going to have. And it's some obvious ones, like, he lists the basic ones as well, saying email, you'll have to have an email and password and two-factor identification to log in. There will be a fiat gateway at launch, so you can just deposit money directly into the exchange. You don't have to go through Coinbase first. Fiat gateway at launch and fiat pairing with other cryptocurrencies are expected later this year. And I'll leave this in the description, but the two biggest things to me that I find that really give the Nash exchange value is, and lastly, for those who may not know, the Next token, which is Nash's exchange token, Next, is a registered security token. So they're as compliant can be. And we'll see sharing of up to 75% of collected fees with stakers. So if you choose to stake, if you want to hold a lot of Nash Next token and you choose to stake, you can see up to 75% of collected fees with other stakers. That's a benefit for you to hop on their exchange. And this was the bigger one for me. And again, this is just to give you guys another option. And there's the referral links as well. It might get flagged by YouTube. I don't think it will, but if you have a referral link for Nash, feel free to leave it in the description. Let's benefit from each other in this community. This was the biggest deal to me. The payment service is also a big selling point, allowing merchants to accept whatever currency they want and buyers to pay in whatever currency they want. So if you're a merchant, if you have a business, you can hook up to this exchange and whatever cryptocurrency you want, say you only accept Ethereum, but a buyer, maybe like you and me, only has Dogecoin. The buyer can pay in Dogecoin and you'll get Ethereum because the DEX will do the matching in the background. That's pretty cool. Another feature, another option. Let me know what you think. And again, feel free to join our team. We drop a video every single day, guys. You do not want to miss one. I appreciate the subscribers that are already on our base. Last piece of news, and if you follow us on Twitter, you already know this. Link in the description below for our Twitter. But Elon Musk went on a podcast just yesterday, and his direct quote is, "Paper money is going away. Crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper." Elon Musk on February 19th, 2019. Very bullish statement from Elon with crypto. And this clip that I posted on Twitter, it's a minute and 30 seconds long. So I really encourage you to check it out because he mentions other things too. He talks about Ethereum, how he says Ethereum has some merit. I believe he mentions Redcoin as a throwaway statement. It was hard to really understand. But a bullish statement from Elon. He goes on to list some other things, saying the downsides of crypto is that it's computationally, it is quite energy intensive. And for that reason, it would not be a good use of Tesla resources to get involved with crypto. We're just trying to accelerate the advance of sustainable energy, he says. So Tesla's not getting into it, so he's not gung-ho yet, but he does say that paper money is going away. And in a statement last year, he did say that he owned 0.25 BTC. Maybe that's grown in a year. I'm not sure. But really, check out this link for yourself, a minute and 30 seconds long, right on our Twitter. All right, team. Appreciate you tuning in today. Don't forget to give the video a like, and I'll see you tomorrow.